Hello, Richard. Welcome back to my channel over and over and over again. It's finished at the King Power Stadium today. Leicester City 1, Arsenal 3. Really good performance, really good victory from Arsenal. This is going to be the fan reaction show. Hello again, I'm Richard. Welcome back to my channel over and over and over again. The Positive Arsenal channel. Of course, it's a positive place to be today, to be an Arsenal fan after an unexpectedly good performance. I've got to be honest, with the team selection, everything like that, and a great victory as well. Really important as we look to try to claw our way back into the top six. I'm going to get a couple of fans on today just to go for a quick reaction, obviously, to the performance. And the first one to join me today is a regular on the show, of course, Melvin. How are you doing? You must have enjoyed that, did you?
Apart from the first 5 or 10 minutes, that was fantastic, wasn't it? I loved it. I mean, I called it wrong. With the team we picked, I couldn't see us winning. I couldn't see us crossing the halfway line, to be honest with you. But I was glad to be wrong. And I thought some of our movement was exceptional. You know, from transitioning from midfield to forward to their penalty area. I mean, on another day, I'm not saying we deserve to win by any more, but we could have got another 2 or 3 goals. The amount of times you got behind them was very, very encouraging. You know, Willian, he looked like he was wearing a Chelsea shirt today, didn't he? In all honesty. Apart from his assist, he was doing other good things on the ball as well and off of it. I thought he was terrific. Mari, I thought had a good game. I was very upset, obviously, with the goal we typical Arsenal goal, give it away in no man's land. And all 3 of our defenders, well, El Neni really ran away from the attacker instead of going towards him. I don't know what he was hoping to do. He had a poor game, I thought, El Neni. I was not unhappy when he went off, actually. And bringing Partey on just basically just calms everything down, and he wins more balls in midfield. He gives it forward a bit quicker. It's nice to see him have a few minutes as well, like 20 minutes. That was good. He took some batterings, Lacazette, didn't he, today? And he was very brave. I thought he kept taking those batterings. And Pepe, I know not just because he scored, but Pepe got stuck in a bit. He also took a bit of stick, but he did very well. It's so nice to watch a game where you break, you win. We win a lot of 50-50 balls today, wouldn't we? Which we don't normally do. Yeah. And it was so good. And we're winning the second ball as well, and then moving it forward quickly. No, it was great. It reminds you of why you're an Arsenal supporter sometimes when you see a game like that.
And not enough performances like that in the Premier League this season, certainly. So it was nice to see. And I was surprised actually by the way we played. When I saw the team lineup, I was concerned. I must admit, Xhaka and El Neni don't normally work together in midfield particularly well, and maybe they didn't necessarily, but we got away with it because everybody else played well. You know, Pepe and Willian in the same team doesn't normally work. They both played well today, and you said Mari as well. I thought he was really good at the back. Actually, him and David Luiz were pretty solid actually throughout, wasn't they? Apart from, I say, that one little lapse at the beginning, but other than that, I thought we dominated the game, didn't we? Right from the start, we dominated possession, and yes, we didn't create a load of chances in the first half, but when it mattered, we got the goals. I thought, what did you make of that? The sort of the 2 penalties which VAR kind of overturned one and gave the second one. They were probably the right decisions. Did you think in the end, maybe?
Well, I wasn't on top of my television. From what I saw, and I thought he was the guy that made a tackle had his foot on the line. I thought it could have been a penalty. I don't know why, unless they said it was the first challenge.
It was the first one. Yeah, it was the first one.
Does the second one count if it's another player?
No, because the first one's already happened, hasn't it? And I suppose the first one, he's already falling over, I suppose. I don't know. But I think it was the first contact was outside. And I thought, I understood maybe why they overturned that one. But overall, it was, I thought they were both the right decisions. I mean, the penalty was right, wasn't it? You can't have your arm up like that. And
what took them so long, Richard? Seriously?
Well, yeah.
What took them so long to make a decision?
Yeah.
What was the point of, what was the problem? You know, arms up, hit him inside the box. Did they?
Yeah.
I don't understand it. It seems to take so long sometimes. It's not just because we're the Arsenal and we're waiting for the result. It did take a long time for what could have taken 2.5 seconds.
Well,
And
yeah,
I
I mean,
thought,
the referee didn't give it, did he, initially? That was maybe the problem. Because the referee didn't initially give it, then VAR told him, you've got to look at this, or it should be a penalty. So he went to the screen. Fair enough, he went to the screen, which I do like to see. But yeah, it seemed to be a bit of a faff, and they could have come to that decision sooner than they did. But we got the right one in the end, and it was good. An important goal as well, wasn't it? Just before half time to put us in front. And I think that maybe killed Leicester a little bit. They've got a few injuries, and they've got a few more today. It wasn't really their day, but we played well, and I think that's important, isn't it? Really, with a good win in midweek in the end to get through, and now this is this going to be the start maybe of a strong finish to the season, maybe like last year.
it could be. I mean, one I haven't mentioned who had a great game was Louise. That goal he got was very brave. The geezer had his foot up. He actually did the defender. He actually moved away from him, got away from the defender, and then he put his head down. This guy's foot come up. And he did actually pull it back a bit, thank God, but very brave. And took it, well, it wasn't just a nod in, he had to actually hit it down in the corner. Had to make all the strength of it himself, because it wasn't a very hard cross. So, terrific. And he played well at the back. I thought he'd done very, very well.
Yeah,
and Cedric had a good game, apart from some of his crossing today. I thought he snatched a few times across it. I mean, I'll take that every week, Richard. Honestly, being an Arsenal, I will take that type of performance every day of the week.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, it was all round. It was good. We defended well when we needed to. We were good in midfield, actually, surprisingly, with who we had playing. And then when we attacked, we looked dangerous, didn't we? At times that we attacked and we took our chances well. I mean, the third goal was a really good move, wasn't it? A good counter attack.
Oh, terrific goal, absolutely. And Pepe was on the right when he got the ball, received it. Was the one on the left, right on the goal line, to touch it in. So he's got movement with him. He's more encouraging today, Pepe. Very, his performance. But having said that, just thought of something. When just after we went 1-0 down, Leno made an absolute howler. That could have been a 3-0. I mean, would we have ever forgiven him if that had gone in? He got away with one there, and we wouldn't have come back from 2-0, however badly Leicester were playing.
No, that was a big moment, actually, because I don't know what he was doing, and luckily the ball hit Vardy and went straight back to him.
Yeah,
very fortunate there, and we maybe did get away with that, but I think we deserved that overall anyway. We certainly wouldn't have deserved to have been 2-0 down at that point, because we played pretty well. And unfortunately, he almost cost us again. But he didn't have a lot to do, did he, Leno? Really, he didn't have. I can't remember him having to make a save. Really, there was a couple of long-range shots straight at him, but he didn't have a lot to do, did he? Which is good. I mean, away from home, you'd have expected him to be a little bit more busy, maybe.
You would do, but the only thing is, he made a bit of a hash of that Barnes shot, didn't he?
I think it swerved a bit, didn't it, at last minute, and he kind of went one way and had to go the other way. But he didn't. He made a bit of a drama out of it, but he kept it out and he pushed it away from the Leicester player coming in, which was good, I suppose. And I thought we deserved luck that we got at times in the game, because I thought it was a good performance. And the only two disappointing things for me were obviously the injury to Smith Rowe. Let's hope it's not too serious, because he hobbled off, didn't he, just for half time. But that did give Odegaard an opportunity, and I thought he did well when he came on as well, didn't he? Had a big hand in that third goal.
He's got some lovely touches, hasn't he? I mean, when you're talking about you want a number 10 to, that type of player, he's perfect, isn't he? He makes himself available. He did a silly pass and then he gave a goal away. All right, put that one to the side. But some of his passing was absolutely terrific. His vision is good. And that little bit of work with footwork when he beat back 2 or 3 players, that was lovely to see. Lovely to see. Remember, it's only his 2nd or 3rd game. He's building up relationships here. I think he could really be a big asset for us. This season.
Yeah, I definitely think so. I mean, I think ideally Arteta would have probably rested him today, but due to the injury, he had to come on and he did well. And so the only other really negative for me was I didn't understand the bringing on Aubameyang in the last few minutes when he could have brought Martinelli on to get into minutes on the pitch. Aubameyang needed a rest. And yes, he did. He nearly scored Aubameyang, didn't he, when he came on, curled that shot just wide. But surely Martinelli, that today was crying out for him to come on and get some minutes when we're 3-1 up. I just didn't understand that substitution again. There's some issue with Martinelli, I think. I mean, was you surprised by that as well?
Very much so. I thought it was a certainty for him to come on. I did say earlier in the week to somebody, is Martinelli the new Saliba? You know, a bit tongue in cheek, but the way it's going, you're thinking, is there something we don't know about? Because it just cries out to bring him on. All right, don't play him 90 minutes. He's had a few injuries and he needs to build it up as a young kid, but 10 or 20 minutes here and there, come on. He'll forget what his boots look like soon, won't he?
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised by that, actually. When I saw Aubameyang coming on, I'm thinking, why are you bringing Aubameyang on? There's no need to bring him on with 5-6 minutes to go in a game that we'd virtually sealed already. Get Martinelli on for some minutes. But anyway, I mean, something needs to be sorted out with that, I think, because it seems to be becoming an issue now. It's almost getting to the point where back where we were earlier in the season when it was constantly, why is Ozil not in the squad? Why is Ozil not playing? Now it's, why is Martinelli not playing? And we need to know why, because if he's fit enough to be on the bench, he's got to be fit enough to contribute for 10 minutes at the end, doesn't he? Surely. But we've won the game, so I don't want to dwell too much on the negative.
No, exactly. Today.
We've won the game, and it was a good performance, and that's the important thing. And also, as well, just another side as well. We've actually gone above Spurs as well, so let's enjoy that.
They were winning when I last saw. They were winning when I last looked, but
were they? Oh, well, we were above them anyway when the game finished, and obviously they're still playing, so they still might mess it up.
Oh, yeah, true. Knowing Spurs, you never know, do you?
They've all got time to do
no, it's 2-0 now. 2-0.
Oh, is it? Oh, well, okay. Well, it was fun when it
Back
lasted.
to the drawing board. Back to the drawing board, eh?
Well, I mean, it was fun when it lasted, but we were briefly not. We are only 3 points behind Liverpool, who are 6. So, yes, they've got a game in hand, and other teams have got games in hand, but all we can do is keep winning. And to be honest with you, if we can get top 6, that would be a decent enough turnaround, wouldn't it, from where we were 15th place before Christmas? Wouldn't it? That'd be
I mean, let's face it. A few months ago, we were looking. Oh, we're going to get relegated, but we'd be in a relegation fight for a little bit. That was what we were worried about, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, exactly. So to turn it around the way that we have, and yes, there's still a long way to go. Either way, it could go one or two ways. We could end up finishing in the top 6, or we could still finish 14th, 15th, because it's so tight. 1 or 2 results here and there, but I'm feeling a little bit more optimistic. I say 2 good wins in 3 days, 2 difficult games that we've come through well. We were behind in both those games as well, and that was something that we hadn't done enough of this season, come from behind, and we've done it now twice in 3 days, which was good to see. Well, this kind of spirit and the the quality as well that we've shown in those 2 games, that was good to see, wasn't it? Again today.
In fact, that's what you want. If you've got a bit of spirit, a bit of fight, and you've got the quality, you don't need to be 100% quality to get results. So if you haven't got spirit, you ain't got a chance. You need that. Obviously, apart from you need that spirit and fight, because in this league you get nothing without that. If you've got pretty football, gives you nothing. And if we can mix the 2, which we did today, I thought, we can and should, climb the table and get, as you say, hopefully top 6. Yeah,
it'd be nice, wouldn't it, to finish in a positive way. I say maybe like we did last season, we had a strong finish, won a trophy, and ended well. Let's hope we can repeat that this year as well, which I'm feeling a little bit more optimistic that we can. What was good for me today was, I say, some of these players who don't play much, I haven't played much recently, got a game today, and they didn't let us down, did they? They came in and did a really good job. A few players that's been criticised as well. I say particularly Willian and Pepe both played well, didn't they, today? Really,
they did.
Well.
They both had decent games. I thought Elneny wasn't all that, to be honest with you. I thought he was, if you're going to point a finger at any player and be negative, I thought he was the one that really wasn't all that, wasn't good. I thought he made a few mistakes. He wasn't doing anything. I thought he could have come off earlier, but I don't care, because we won. A great, very good performance. And we go to the next one, which is Burnley, isn't it, on Saturday?
Yeah, we've got a week off, actually, which is unusual at the moment. But it then comes back because we've got the Europa League the week after. So it's going to be another busy couple of weeks. But we do have a week off. So let's hope that during that week we can, get a few players back, the rest that they've needed. I mean, Saka needed a rest today. I was quite pleased to see him come on.
Very much so, yeah.
And, it's good to see Partey get some minutes again as well, wasn't it, as he builds his way back to fitness. I thought Cedric played well, didn't he, at right back coming in for Bellerin, and he looks solid player, doesn't he, defensively, and he does take us forward. Yeah, like you said before, his crossing wasn't always great, but he played well again, didn't he? He's a good. Maybe it's time for him to get a run, maybe at right back in the team for a bit.
he's hard. And I tell you what, he don't mind a little dribble, does he?
No.
He don't mind going past players, and he's a clever little footballer. You know, he looks like he's going down the right, and he gives it inside and moves on again, and he keeps the play moving. No, I'd play him instead of Bellerin at the moment. I think he deserves a run, not just today for one game. I'd play him 3 or 4 games, see how he gets on. So I think he deserves it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Totally agree. I thought he had a decent game, and he did well at left back, didn't he? Before Tierney was out, and he did well there, and now he's had a good game at right back. So I think he does deserve a chance to play a bit more regularly now. I know it's going to be probably difficult today because a lot of good performances. But who would you maybe give man of the match to today, Melvin? Who do you think maybe shaded it quite difficult? Because there was a few good performances out there.
Exactly. It's actually for 2 games running with a difficulty giving a man of the match, which is unusual. Yeah. Right, it's a toss-up with 2 players are in mind. I'm going to give it to Willian.
Yeah, who was the other one?
Louise.
Oh, okay. No, I mean, can't really argue with that. I thought that they both had good games. I thought Pepe was decent as well. I thought Xhaka had a good game. But no, I mean, I think Willian's a good choice for many reasons. I think one, because of the stick he's received all season, rightly so, probably because he's not really performed, has he? But you know, he got an assist the other night, and 2 assists today. Decent crosses or decent cross for the first goal, and then a good ball back across for the second, the third goal, but his second assist. So I thought, you can't really go too far wrong with that. And I think maybe that might be what he's needed, a performance like that. He's not settled in particularly well, and one reason or another. And I think him coming out this week and saying that he didn't want to leave Chelsea has maybe made it even more important that he put a good performance in today. Because I think that if he'd played badly today on top of that, then that would have turned more people against him possibly as well, wouldn't it? Maybe.
Definitely. And I thought his all-round play was good, not just with a couple of, he made a couple of goals. And I just thought when he got the ball, he didn't seem to lose it. He seemed to always do something with it. And I don't mean always giving it back like he used to. He was getting stuck in. He was making space for other players. He was doing a few 1-2s. He was moving the ball. He actually dribbled past a couple of players, which I don't think he's done all season. It was like like I said, I think he thought he was wearing he must have had a Chelsea shirt under his red shirt today. He really looked good. And I was very, very pleased to see that. Obviously his performances this year has been poor. I've said it. But, any Arsenal player, you want them to play well, don't you? And he did today, and I want him to keep doing that, because then he'd be a big asset for us.
Well, exactly, yeah. And it's been long overdue maybe as well a little bit, because he's not been, he's not really settled in, but hopefully that can kickstart him. Maybe the other night coming on and setting up that goal and then pushing on today. Let's hope it's a better form for him, because it's needed. I say there's a lot to play for this season still, isn't there? The league, the top 6, as we said, and obviously the Europa League. There's still a lot of big games to come, a lot of games to play, hopefully a lot more games to play with Europe as well. And we're going to need the squad, aren't we, to all be able to step up like they have today and produce performances when they're needed. Like
you say, the players that are not in the first 11, when they come in, you want them to do a job, and they did it today.
Yeah, no, they definitely did. Yeah, it was important for a few players to really push on, and they did, luckily, and it's worked out for us in a positive way today. I mean, Leicester. Let's just hope that Harvey Barnes' injury is not too serious, because that didn't look good.
Yeah, that looked horrible. That looked horrible, didn't it?
Yeah, it looks bad, and let's hope it's not as bad as it looks, because he's a great prospect for England as well, isn't he, for the Euros as well and stuff like that. It'd be a shame if he missed out, because he's had a good season, probably deserves a chance. So that was, sad to see that from Leicester's point of view as well, because he didn't have much influence on the game today, unfortunately, anyway. Vardy as well, he was quiet, wasn't he? We kept him really quiet.
Yeah, he had a quiet game, Vardy, which is unusual against us.
Yeah, I was expecting him to score at some point, but luckily he didn't. And we held on.
His record against us, yeah.
It
wasn't. You see, normally you beat a team that's above you in the league. It's normally a bit of a smash and grab. It wasn't today, though, was it?
No, we deserved it from pretty much start to finish. Yeah, we conceded a really soppy goal, but we turned it around, played well, and deserved that. Fully deserved it. And we could even have won a few more goals at the end. We had a few chances, didn't we, to get a 4th or 5th. And that wouldn't have been undeserved either, I didn't think, on the balance of the play. So a good performance, a good win. And like I said, we've got a week off now. We can relax, take it easy, and get prepared for another difficult game next week away at Burnley. You know what you're going to get with them. It's never easy, is it? The way that they play, it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a physical game, and let's hope that we can get another good away. I think away from home we're playing better anyway. And today, kind of very similar to the Southampton game today, wasn't it? Actually,
1-0 down.
Yeah, and came back and scored 3, so it was good. Well, I think thanks for popping on, Melvin. It's been a pleasure as always.
Thanks for inviting me, Richard. That's brilliant.
And
see you soon. Yeah.
Good performance. So yeah, take it easy, mate. We'll
probably see you Friday.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Cheers. All the best.
Cheers, Melvin. And gentlemen, now we've got Ben. Of course, after that, wow, what a performance that was. A bit unexpected, but it was good, wasn't it? You must have enjoyed that.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I would have took a draw today at the start, but yeah, no, we've done really well. There's a lot of positives today. Yeah,
there was. Yeah, a lot of good performances from players who maybe haven't been consistently playing well for us as well, which was good to see. Obviously, Willian maybe got a few headlines today, 2 assists and plus his assist the other night. What did you make of his performance today?
Yeah. Well, you could say it's actually excellent compared to what he has been, isn't he? I wouldn't say normally it would be an excellent performance, but can't grumble with 3 assists, can you? Just a shame he didn't have a little goal to top it off. But yeah, it was very, very positive, wasn't it? Really can't complain at all. He's had a lot of stick, and rightly so. He's had a lot of stick. He's had a lot of game time where he probably shouldn't have got it, but he's took his chance today, so you've got to give him all the credit in the world.
Yeah, and I think that's important as well. I mean, he has been criticised by every Arsenal fan pretty much, and like you said, it's been deserved. So when he plays well, I think it's important that we give him the credit for that and make sure that we can do that as well, because he did have a great game today. And Pepe as well, another one who's had a lot of criticism. He had a good game today, didn't he? Put in a shift for us and got a goal as well.
Yeah, Pepe done really well. Yeah, I mean, I'm not always been overcritical on Pepe, because I always think there's always something there with him. It's a confidence thing, I think, with Pepe. But he just he gives you something, and then he goes away, and then he comes back in and does something else. He's not very consistent, but there is something about him that I really like about Pepe. He's one to definitely keep hold of. It gives us something different. And he was very effective today. I can't complain at all. It was superb. He took a chance today, and he's got his rewards.
I mean, the only real negative, I suppose, is the injury to Emil Smith-Rowe just before half-time. Let's hope it's not that. It didn't look that serious, but he seemed to go down for no reason, particularly. Like, I don't know whether or not it was a muscle injury or whether he got a kick just before. I didn't really see anything. Did you see anything?
I didn't really see much of it either, to be honest. It's so frustrating, because before the game, I thought if there was any players that needed a rest, Saka was one of them and Smith-Rowe was the other. And it's just typical that's happened today, because Smith-Rowe really, for me, didn't need to start, and he was warranted a rest. It's just typical. Just hopefully it's not a bad one. It's just pure bad luck. But like I say, in my opinion, he probably shouldn't have started today. But it's happened now. We can't really do nothing about it. Just hopefully he's all right.
I mean, I guess the problem is you can't rest everybody at the same time, and you can't leave everybody out and rotate the squad that much. And I suppose in the end, when I saw the team, I was a bit worried, but maybe he's rotated pretty well overall today. He kept competitive. We were able to get the win and given some players a rest. I mean, the only thing that maybe, again, I was a little bit surprised about was why Aubameyang was brought on late on instead of Martinelli. Martinelli maybe needed the minutes more. Aubameyang could have done with sitting out. We didn't need him, did we? A 3-1 up, 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, I mean, I thought even with, I wouldn't even probably have changed anybody, to be honest. I mean, like you say, Martinelli probably could have done with a few minutes, but then again, do you bring him on and then he can go and get a bad injury, and you think, what's the point in coming on if he isn't totally 100%? Because there must be something. It must be something there that's obviously holding him back. Like I said the other day, I still think there's a reason why Arteta's obviously keeping him back a bit, and Arteta's always said he was going to look after the young players, and Martinelli is obviously going to be a prime example of that. I mean, I wouldn't have to be honest, I wouldn't have brought anybody on. I mean, all those players. I mean, Lacazette could have done with 90 minutes, and he got brought off. The ones that stayed on, William was obviously rightly so get the 90 minutes. I wouldn't have brought anybody on. I wouldn't even brought Aubameyang on. I couldn't see the point in it, to be honest. And just play the ones that have not been having a lot of game time, give them the 90 minutes and just happy days to see the game out. I'd be pissed off if I'd done a good job for the team and I couldn't see the game out for the sake of 5 minutes or whatever it was that Aubameyang got. I couldn't see the point in changing anything, to be honest. Even I'm not too annoyed that Martinelli didn't get those 5 minutes. I mean, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Just hopefully we've got a week now and we have to recover for the next game. We've got to get a bit of rest in the legs and we'll go again next weekend.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing now, isn't it? It's unusual to have a midweek off. Actually, we've not had many, have we, this season? Actually, so it's good that we've got a rest now, get a few players back fit again and firing, ready for a big challenge over the next few weeks with the Europa League starting up again. What did you make of Odegaard's performance? I mean, he came on unexpectedly early, perhaps, just before half time for Smith Rowe. What did you make of him in the second half? I thought he did pretty well, actually, again.
Yeah, he's a calm player, isn't he? It reminds me a little bit of. Well, I mean, I wouldn't compare him to someone like Santi Cazorla or someone like that, but I mean, he's very much, he can control a tempo of a game, can't he? He's very that sort of player that can just sit in there. He's got a little bit of Ozil about him, but I think he's got in between sort of a Cazorla stroke Ozil in between player. He's very, very composed, and he's going to give us a good bit between now and the end of the season. I like him. He's done all right. I really do. Yeah,
no, he's doing really well, and I thought today obviously played a big hand in the third goal as well, didn't he? With a lovely little ball through to Willian. That was a great goal, that third goal, a counter attack. With pace and power and a great finish at the end as well. It was a good goal, that, wasn't it? Sort of thing that we need to do more of, I think. Get the ball forward quicker when we win the ball back.
Yeah, particularly when we do play more of a cautious game. Obviously, he's trying to get that balance right between the defence and the attack. And we obviously do kind of sit back a bit more than what we used to in the past as an Arsenal team. So when it comes to breaking, we do need to break with power and speed, and the third goal was a prime example of what we can do from that kind of style of play. It's a lot of positives there, and we really honestly, nobody should be too negative. Well, no one should be negative at all today. Just everyone's come in, took their chances well. I mean, I want to big up Pablo Mari again. I thought it was outstanding. Apart from that little lapse with a goal, I thought it was outstanding. Yeah,
no, he was. He played well. I mean, I thought everybody.
He's not done anything wrong for me when he's come in. Even that at the back end before the lockdown last year, those few games, then he done all right against West Ham and at Portsmouth. I thought he's not let us down anyway. He could give us a good bit of time ahead of us.
Yeah, I mean, funny enough, I think Gabriel's maybe been a little bit off form, hasn't he? Since he came back, he's not been as good as he was. And having Pablo Mari, the other left-footed centre-back, to be able to come in and do a job like that's a good thing to have. Because, like you said, I think we're going to need him. We're going to need everyone because we've got a lot of games still to play, haven't we? The longer we stay in the Europa League, particularly, we're going to have a lot of big games that we need to win. So we need everyone in the squad contributing, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, centre half's definitely a position where we've been able to rotate it, and it's not been a critical area. I mean, everyone that's come in has done a job, haven't they? Even Luis has done a job, and Mari's done a job. Holding, Gabriel was great until we got his injury. I think he's a little bit rusty at the moment. I think also with the fact that he's come in, he's played with Holding, he's played with Luis. He's kind of not actually had a settled partnership as a two, have they? When Gabriel's played, I mean, it would be what I'd love to have on what I've seen so far is it'd be great if either Mari or Gabriel was right-footed and you have that perfect balance. I think there would actually be a really good pairing. But obviously they're both being left-footed. You can't really play the two of them together. You could, in my opinion, if you had one right-footed and one left-footed, I think that's a perfect balance back there, and you get a decent right back in there. You ain't got a bad little platform to build on at the back there.
No, I mean, our defensive record generally has been pretty solid this season. I know maybe that's because we don't take too many risks, committing too many men forward at times. But I think defensively we have improved, and it was good to see today after a shaky start conceding a really soft goal. That's twice now in a couple of days that we've gone behind and come back and won, which is something we've not done enough of under Arteta actually. So maybe turn a little bit. The spirit we showed today again, like we did the other night, was really good. But today I thought it was quality. The quality of the football that we played actually was what really stood out for me, and more than anything else. We dominated that game pretty much from start to finish, and apart from that one mistake, it was a great performance, wasn't it, all round?
Yeah, can't argue. It's an absolute perfect performance, really. Apart from the mistake, it was pretty perfect away performance. You can't obviously can't grumble at all today. It's really good, really positive, and yeah, like you say, I mean, it's like twice in a week we've come back from a goal down, and you can only be positive for that. And at the end of the day, when you look at it, the players are playing for the manager, aren't they? So when people are talking about Arteta's on a tight rein, then you've only got to look at the players that are actually playing for him. And like I said the other day there, I said he's Arteta. When you give him credit, players like Kieran Tierney and Saka and Smith Rowe and that are benefiting under his guidance. And you've really got to have a look at him and see what he is doing behind. We don't see it all. We don't know everything that's going on back there. He sees them day in, day out in training. We can only go and give our views, but we can only trust what he's trying to do, and it's going to take time. And yeah, we just got to trust it for now.
No, I think we do. We don't have a lot of choice really, because we've not exactly got the money to keep changing managers and getting new managers in and buying loads of players. So I think that as long as we can have a good, solid finish for the season now, try and get back into the top 6 and go well in the Europa League, then hopefully we can be in a position next year to continue to rebuild. Just quickly before we go, who would you say was man of the match today then? Because there was a few candidates actually, wasn't there? It was a good all-round performance.
I think probably you'd probably have to give it to Willian on the fact of he's not been that good when he's played, and he's needed a good lift and 3 assists, and he's looked quite sharp today. I mean, you've got to give credit where credit's due, and today I think it's his day. I think I would give him man of the match today. Yeah,
I don't think I mean, I said it was 2 or 3 good performances maybe, but yeah, he probably stood out because he maybe had important contributions, didn't he, to 2 of the goals in particular, and overall he did play well. Also, the 2 penalty decisions that kind of one went for us and one didn't. What did you make of them? VAR again.
Yeah, I mean, he's got his hand up, hasn't he? So it's the penalty there, isn't it? But yeah, it's VAR again. I don't like talking about VAR too much. I mean, it's just you like to think they get the decisions right. They've got all the technology in the world to do it. I mean, you just got to trust. You've got to just trust it, and it's not going to be it's going to be obviously still going to be debates about it and things like that. But at the end of the day, they're there to get the right decisions. So yeah, I mean, I don't like to talk about it. I mean, it's been a bit of a sore subject for everybody, but yeah, I mean, I just don't want to talk about VAR, to be honest, and just talk about the positives out of our performance, and we thoroughly deserve to win the game, and credit to them all.
No, exactly. I totally agree with you. I did think, though, just briefly, I thought those 2 decisions were right in the end, actually.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
You got them right. VAR got them right today, which is great. Usually there's been a lot of problems with it, and today it worked. It did work well, and I think we can't have any complaints about that at all, which is good to see.
Yeah. They're there to do the job, aren't they? They're there to get the right decisions. So we just got to we don't need to. Luckily enough, we don't really need to talk about it too much today about it. So yeah.
No, I mean, it's just important just to say when it goes right, that we point out it goes right sometimes as well. I thought today it did, and we can't have any complaints with that, can we? So that was good as well. But yeah, overall, fantastic performance, a great victory, and we are currently, although they are playing at the moment, we are currently above Tottenham in the league until their game's finished. So we need to enjoy that for 5 minutes.
We don't worry about their results, do we?
No, it is nice to be above them briefly, though, isn't it? Just for a little while, and hopefully we can get back above them in the next few weeks as well. Tough games coming up, but today was a positive, and it's been a good week, hasn't it, overall for us, which we've needed actually with what's gone on previously. So it's all good stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. Perfect. Really good week. Yeah, come from behind twice and win games of football, and can't really grumble.
No, 6 goals as well in 2 days, in 2 games, which is good as well. When we're not scoring enough generally, so that's a positive as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and they're getting shared about a bit as well. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, they are brilliant. Excellent. Well, thanks for coming on, Ben. Always good to speak to you.
Right,
take it easy, mate. We'll speak to you soon.
Cheers,
take
mate.
it easy. See you.
Bye.
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 And we've got Ryan in the house. How you doing, Ryan? You all right, mate?
I'm good. I'm good for someone that, woke up late and managed to catch the game as Leicester just scored. Then watch the rest of the game. I'm good.
Good performance. It was a good performance in the end, wasn't it, from Arsenal? From start to finish, pretty much. We almost dominated the whole game, didn't we?
Yeah, I was more impressed with the fact that we went a goal down and we didn't let our heads drop. And we were able to rescue the 3 points. And we continued that in the second half as well and not fade away into the dust, as we usually do, or capitulate, or, do you know what I mean, or allow them back into the game completely and, not going through away the 3 points. So I was even more happy about that than just getting 3 points, because it's always the performance for me and keeping it up rather than just winning it 2-0 and then second half we just defend for the rest 45 minutes or something. But we kept going. That's what made me more impressed today. So I'm very happy with the boys.
Yeah, and it was. I'll say overall, I thought from every area of the pitch we were solid defensively. Apart from that one mistake for the goal, we dominated the midfield, which I was surprised about. And then when we went forward, we looked dangerous, didn't we? Especially second half on the counter attack, we could have scored 2 or 3 more, couldn't we? Which would have been even better. But we can't really grumble too much about that. Obviously, he's had a lot of criticism, hasn't he, Willian? What did you make of him today?
Well, this needs to be a corner turn because, to be honest with you, after the whole Kieran Tierney thing, even I was a bit like, I don't know. I think I still was like annoyed at Willian for majority of the season because he just hasn't turned up, and I didn't really give him enough credit for the Tierney goal against Benfica. But today, getting 2 assists, that's good. That's really good and that's really positive because again, him and Pepe have been thrown into the mud. Him more so, really, but I'm glad he turned it around. I think he was kind of unlucky. I don't know. Do you think that was an assist, Pepe's second goal? Because I felt Willian, there's part of me felt like Willian wanted to go for it. You know what I'm saying? And get it under Schmeichel's legs, but it ultimately led for Pepe to just tap it in. So it's like, we'll give him the assist. But regardless of that, I think Willian played very, very well.
Yeah, no, he did. I mean, I think he maybe got deflected a little bit, didn't it, as it came across to Pepe to tap in. But yeah, I mean, it was a good move actually, wasn't it? That goal for good counter attack, really fast move, fast passing, and obviously Odegaard had to come on for Smith Rowe. A bit disappointed with his injury there. That looked a little bit worrying. Smith Rowe going off. Was it a muscle injury? Do you think? Did you see him maybe get a tackle or anything before that? Because I didn't really see what happened.
I didn't really see it myself. I think it was more of a muscle thing because I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I might be wrong, but I think we scored and then he went down. I think that's what happened. So I think it's definitely a muscle thing. But I've said this, we have to rest him. Even on my channel when I made the preview, I said there's got to be players to be dropped. I said him and Saka, for me, were one of the key players I'd have left out because, Emile Smith-Rowe's injury record is something we have to keep in our minds, not at the back of our minds, because we were kind of getting carried away with the way his performances, and he's had 2 or 3 bad performances in his whole run. But we have to really think about it because consistently, it's going to be tough for him. His first proper start in the first team, and he's done well to be consistent in getting game time. But again, the injury record, we really needed to be careful with him. Which, I can see why with Martinelli, it's kind of the same thing, because he did get injured probably twice this season. So it is a little bit of a risk. So this is why I'm a bit half and half with Martinelli. Like, why is he not playing and why he is, But with this Rowe, that's the same thing. But credit to Odegaard, again, another fantastic performance from him. And the passing was just excellent. Listen, I think I'm really getting sold on the kid even more. And my friend, funny enough, he supports United, and he kept telling me from the moment we brought him in January, he said, "You're gonna like this guy, like trust me, he's a really, really good player." And I was like, okay, 'cause I didn't really know much. I heard good things, but you know when you want to see it yourself.
Yeah,
I'm kind of one of those guys. So for me, I think his passing was wicked. That was that pass he gave to Cedric. I wish Cedric dealt with it, but that was just, it was good. And then even his footwork today was.
yeah.
I want this guy. He's getting me to say that, but again, I just want to stay firm. But ultimately, I think we should have started Odegaard instead of Smith Rowe, and then maybe Smith Rowe would have been all right, but we don't know, innit? So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, injuries happen. It's one of those things. He's played a lot of football, and if it's a muscle injury, it could be because of that. And let's hope it's not too serious and he's back soon. But Odegaard came in and did a great job. And if Odegaard has to play more because Smith Rowe's recovering, then I suppose it could be worse, couldn't it? At the end of the day, he's a very good player, as you said, and he played a big part in that third goal as well, didn't he? It was his ball through to Willian that set that up. So he had a great contribution.
Everyone, Xhaka to Pepe to Odegaard, back to Willian, and then Willian did what he did, and then Pepe just. Do you know what I mean? Everything about that goal reminded me of the old Arsenal under Arsene Wenger. That type of football. Yeah. It just showed we still have it there when we got the creativity, but it's just about consistency, and it's about mentality, and it's about taking your chances on the counter attack. And the fucked up thing is, sorry to be swearing, I expected that from Leicester today. I didn't see that much from Leicester.
Yeah.
In terms of counter-attacking football, they did try and get us on the break the courts a few times, and props to Mari stopping Vardy. Oh my god, that was on my head from yesterday. Vardy, what's he gonna do? He didn't do anything today.
No, he didn't.
Can't complain. Can't complain.
No. He hardly got a kick, did he? Like you said, the only time he really had an opportunity, then Mari just dealt with him, didn't he? Really well. Showed a little bit of pace and strength and took the ball off him, and that was great to see. The only real opportunity Vardy had. I mean, we have to be honest, Leicester didn't play particularly well, but the way that we played maybe contributed to that, didn't it? Because we pressed them early, we won the ball back a lot, false mistakes, and a really good all-round performance from us. It was good as well to see that we didn't need to bring Saka on as well because he needed a rest, poor lad. He's played a lot lately, and I'm glad he didn't come on in the end. I know we kind of like to see him play, but he needed a rest, and luckily he got one. What did you make of Aubameyang coming on though at the end? He didn't need to bring him on, did he? Do you think?
Nah, I didn't think so. I felt, it was more justified. Okay, even Martinelli, I felt Martinelli, just give him a run out.
Yeah.
Just let him stretch his legs, or someone else. I mean, just bring someone else in. I felt if maybe Arteta would have done the same thing he did against Benfica, like bringing in a Chambers or something to just shore it up, but he didn't. Arteta looked like he was going for more blood than anything, and that impressed me today because it showed me, look, you're not going to settle for just 3-1, because it's like, even I was saying it on the watching room I was on. I was saying, listen, we need to get another goal because I know Leicester, they got something in their locker. Yes, Maddison's missing. Tielemans kind of fell off after his goal, etc., but Leicester still got the quality to come back in that game. And just to bring back that point you said earlier about, Leicester's team not really being that great because certain players missing and stuff. I mean, it would have been so Arsenal for us to lose this game though. Because we don't take opportunities like this where, Leicester on the back end of being eliminated at the Europa League, Maddison's missing as he was just being on form. Get well suited to Harvey Barnes. I really like that player. You know what I'm saying? And it's gotten fair Leicester fans because he's probably going to be out for the rest of the season. But I mean, with those type of players with Vardy as well, they can get you. But we took advantage of that today, and I'm impressed that we didn't fully sit back. We only went for them when we needed to go for them, but there was a lot of times we counter-attacked, and I was very happy with that. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was. I'll say it was a really decent all-round performance, really, and we needed it as well because I know Leicester wasn't at their best, but they're in the top 4. They've had a good season, and we've gone away from home and beaten them, and that's a very impressive result and a very impressive performance. And we need to build on this now. We need to get a decent run going in the league still, because I still think the top 6 is there for us now. We're in with a big chance with the points now. There's 3 points today. We can keep this going. We've got obviously a difficult game next week away at Burnley, but if we can win that as well, suddenly you never know, it's back on, and then that might the momentum building up now maybe for the end of the season like it did last year a little bit, and we end up winning the FA Cup. Maybe we can do something similar this year, which would be great, wouldn't it? If we could pull it off.
I mean,
what did you make? What did you make of those two penalty decisions then? That one went our way and one didn't in that first half.
The one that didn't go our way, I was a little. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little annoyed, but I mean, it just happens, and it was us. It's always us. But the one that was given, 100% a penalty, man. Because I even said it on the watch along. I mean, the same thing happened to us with Emile Smith Rowe, where Benfica got the penalty from that. So if we never got a penalty for that, that'd been fucking unjustified. I'm sorry. I'd have been peed off more about that one not being given than the original one, to be honest with you. But ultimately, it is what it is. We got one of the penalties and we scored from it. So I'm all right with it. What about yourself?
Well, I thought overall they were probably both right decisions. Really, I thought the first foul was probably just outside the box, although he then got fouled inside the box as well straight afterwards. I can see why that was probably right. I think VAR got it right. And in the second one, like you said, it's got to be a penalty. His arm's up there. You can't put your arm up like that and get away with it. So I think they were both the right decisions. So well done to VAR today for getting them right, actually, because we've been on the wrong end of bad decisions from VAR. And finally today they got two right. Yes, one of them went against us, but it was the right decision. And you don't mind them going against you when they're right. It's when they go against you when they're wrong that you get upset, like the Wolves game, for example, and a few others that we've had. So I thought they were the right decisions, and luckily that second goal actually right on half time, that was very important, wasn't it? Because to go in at half time 2-1 up, I think that killed Leicester a little bit, and it made it a lot easier for us in the second half. Obviously the third goal then just kind of killed it off, didn't it, really, and put the seal in. So we could have scored a few more, actually, couldn't we? We could have won that 4-5-1 in the end. I
think we should have won that 5-1. I felt we had very, very good opportunities. There was one time Pepe, this is what drives me mad about Pepe sometimes, when he gets in the rhythm and he's happy and he's excited, he starts thinking about himself too much. And there was one time he was in the box and Odegaard was on the right and Pepe should have put him in, and he just didn't. He just felt, and this is what annoys about Pepe. He takes on the player a bit too much and tries to have fun, and he overcomplicates things, and that's something I feel the manager's got to be out of him. Be like, listen, you can't keep doing that. Remember Olympiacos last season, where he just kept dribbling the player. I'm thinking, bro, time's running out, and you're twisting up man in a corner when we need to go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think, and this is probably why I get frustrated with Pepe a lot, because he just doesn't think about the team when he's got 2 goals. And I know you want the hat trick. I get that, bro. But listen, take your opportunity when it comes to you on your foot. But when you're out and there's another player waiting for you, you give it to him. This is a team game. It's not about you proving to Mikel Arteta why I need to be on the left instead of a Aubameyang or whoever who's going to play on the left. You need to do it for yourself. Do it for the fans that's lost patience with him, like myself, or other people. Just prove them wrong and just fight for your spot. That's all I want. That's all I want. Same as Willian today. Same as him. Even with the comments like that came out about, you really want to leave Chelsea. I think we all knew that, Rich. Do you know what I'm saying? But ultimately, that's what I'm saying. But ultimately, like, you're here now. You need to show to Chelsea why you should have never. It was a mistake from them not to give you another year or two at Chelsea, and it's been up and down. It's been poor for Willian. But today, you carried on the vibe from the Benfica game, and getting 2 assists, and you had a very, very good performance, and that's why Keown gave him man of the match. I mean, for me, it was a toss-up between him and Pepe, if I'm honest. 2 players a couple of weeks ago that everyone was putting them in the bin. You know what I'm saying? And Arteta said, no, we need to get behind them. And today they did, But we've got to keep it up. Like you said, top.
So who would you give man of the match to today then in the end? If you had to pick the one out of them 2, who would it be?
Oh my goodness. It's so tough because I could say this person and I could be arguing. But if I really, really have to pick, I'm going to give it to Willian, only based on the fact that he just kept playing well throughout the rest of the game. Pepe, there was a few things I found a little bit selfish from him. And look, he's right up there, but it's just like a few nitpicks from Pepe not getting out of the match for me. But Willian, 100%, I think he deserved it today, 100%.
Yeah, no, I agree. He had a good game, and we've all been critical of him this season, understandably so, because he's not performed
100%.
consistently enough. So when he plays well, I think we need to give him credit. And today he had two decent assists. Well, the second one was a bit fortunate maybe, but he had 2 assists, and he played well for the whole game, didn't he? He was always a threat. He was good with the ball, and it's probably his best game since that Fulham game at the start of the season, wasn't it? And he,
2 assists in that game as well.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. So when he plays well, he can do it. He just needs to do this more now, doesn't he? This needs to be the start of a good run for him. And if he does, then he's going to be an important player for us. We know he can do it because he's been great for Chelsea over the last few years as well. So he just needs to find that consistency with us, and then we won't have any complaints. We weren't going to criticise a player who's consistently playing well, are we? So, it's up to him to do that now. And he showed today what he can do. And let's hope that it's the start of a good run for him, because we're going to need everybody now for the rest of the season, aren't we?
Just score against Tottenham, please.
Yeah.
That's what I just ask you. That would be a very good start. I think a lot of people will come into the middle if he keeps this up. If he keeps it up against Burnley, if he plays, and we've got before that West Ham as well. Who I don't know. I still need to see more until we play West Ham. But just score against Tottenham, please. Just score against Tottenham and try and get the 3 points. It's not going to be easy, that game. I still got my gripes with the rest of the season, but I'm just saying, for us, we need to take this one game at a time and keep, like you said earlier, build on this, because I'm sick of the stop-starting. And I know, you made a point in the last time we spoke that, there's not enough good quality players here, which, like I said, as much as I feel, about the manager and my ways, like I said, he can always turn me around, but it's, what we got in the squad and what he does with the squad. That's the only thing I have. So we just got to take this one game at a time. And it's old cliche, but we've been very, very inconsistent. You even said it earlier, and when you were talking to Ben, we were ninth for like 5 minutes, and Tottenham are currently like 3-0 up against Burnley. So it is what it is, man. We just got to concentrate. I just said we got to concentrate on ourselves. We can't. As much as we want our rivals to lose X, Y, and Z, we just got to focus on ourselves, keep our head down, and then hopefully at the end of the season, as much as I'm not happy with the way we are in the league. I could kind of understand with other teams being better than us, in terms of how they're playing and recruitment X, Y, and Z. But overall, we got to focus on ourselves and try get better than 8 in the next. We got 12 games left in the league, so. And it's going to be tough. The next 5 fixtures are absolutely nail biter. But that's all I got. That's all I hope for.
Yeah, exactly. And all I want to see now is to say if we can play consistently well for the rest of the season, we've got a chance of getting top 6 possibly, and obviously going further in Europe and maybe getting all the way in that as well. And that would be a great end to the season, wouldn't it? We can put all the troubles behind us, hopefully. But we need to be more consistent in the way that we play. Like you said, it's been very up and down. We'll have 2 or 3 good games and then 2 or 3 poor games, and that's unfortunately been the way it's been, and that's why we are where we are in the league. But hopefully this last week, it's been a good week, hasn't it? With the Benfica game coming from behind, this game coming from behind, scoring 6 goals as well. It's been a good week, but we need another 3 or 4 weeks like this now, don't we, to really get us where we need to be.
Yes, because the nightmare can continue, but we're trying to have good dreams, man. We're trying to have good dreams. Listen, European football is not guaranteed next season, and this is a lot of things. Do you know what, Rich? I'll quickly say this. I know there's been a lot of people saying, some Arsenal fans have been crazy to say, we shouldn't get European football. Like, I was one of them, and I'll put my hands up to them, and I'll only say why. Because for me, in Europe, we haven't been great. And I felt going back to the basics in, having an extra cup out, it will hurt because I want to win a European trophy. But in the league, we've been absolutely shocking. And You look at these teams like West Ham's or the Aston Villas or Everton, who are not in Europe, who have been progressing to get into Europe, and they've gone back to the basics and they've been investing in, and that's another situation as well. They've been investing in the right players, having the right system. And, you know, it's going to take time for them, which is going to take time for us as well. You know, eventually that will build some type of good character and a better mentality that we've had in the past and actually say, listen, we won it. And that's all I asked for. That's the only reason why I said maybe European football would have been better for us out for a season, but I want you to work for it hard. So now, you know, and I know we need it because of the money, and we can't bring in better players, and I know that. Yeah, and that's a big risk because of our own. But this is the thing: if our owners actually invested in us, I would still say yes at European football for a season, but fight and show in the league, get better and progress, because that's what I want. And again, I might sound crazy to a few people, but there's a method to a madness in what I'm thinking. You know, it's just the league is as important as the Europa League or getting back into Champions League. Listen, we're not even a good Champions League side. If we get into Champions League football with this team, we might end up back in the Europa League. You know what I'm saying? We need more. We need so much more, and that's why I said what I said. But we need the European football.
No, exactly. No, I totally agree with that. I think that you're dead right there, and we'll see what happens. There's still a lot of big games to play, and we'll see where we are at the end of the season. Let's hope that that we've done enough to get into Europe one way or the other, either through the league or by winning the Europa League. I know but that extra money might be able to rebuild the squad, and we put us in a better position. But we'll see. Just before you go, then, Ryan, just give your channel a plug as well, because I know you do some great stuff over there, don't you?
Cheers, man. I appreciate that. Guys, if you want to check out my channel, it's right there below, Ryan Williams AFC. I keep it straight. I love people that want to debate me, cuss me out in the comment section or whatever. I just love it. You know what I mean? So check me out, guys. Check out my channel. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers right now, and I'm currently on 96. So help me out, guys. And if you want to chat to me on Twitter as well, it's there at RJ Wills. But Rich, thanks again for having me on, man. I appreciate it. Love talking to you all the time, man. Appreciate it.
No problem. It's always great to have you on. I love hearing your opinions on the game as well, which is great. So, so make sure you check out Ryan's channel as well. Give him a subscribe, get him up to 100 if we can today. It'd be nice, and move on forward from there. It's hard getting established, isn't it? Get some followers, and once you get a few, then you can grow a lot quicker. So hopefully you can get there soon, and you'll be flying as well, which would be good.
Well, thank you from the voice of wisdom. So thank you, Richard.
No worries at all, mate. Thanks all for coming on. We'll speak again soon.
Anytime, man. Take care. Take care, everyone.
Take care. Speak to you.
See you soon.
So there we go. There a few reactions there. Obviously, everyone's pretty happy today with another good victory for Arsenal. So it has been a good week for us. Two good wins. And 6 goals scored as well, which is unusual. We've not been scoring enough goals, have we? So it's good that we finally have got some goals now, and 2 comebacks from behind as well, which has been unusual, hasn't it? So it has been a good few days. It's been enjoyable, a little bit tense at times, but today I thought it was a good performance overall. You can't really go too far wrong. Everybody gave Willian man of the match, and I don't think you can really go too far wrong with that. I thought he was impressive today. About time he has. And actually, why is it every time I'm about to finish the show, guess who shows up every single time? You guarantee it. I'm about to finish. It's Albert. How you doing?
Rich, you know what? I timed that immaculate. I just done my. I thought, you know what? Should I do my review after before, Rich? I thought, let me quickly do it before, and I timed it immaculately, mate.
There you have perfect timing again. I was just wrapping up, and you turn up again. Brilliant. It's always great to have you on. Obviously, you must. You must have been delighted with how we played today and the result, of course.
Yeah, you know what, Rich? I said it just on I just did my review. I'm looking through the season in terms of games where we've played well over a sustained period, and there's not been that many, so it's quite easy to choose from. But
yeah,
I would say I know people will mention the home game against Chelsea on Boxing Day, but I said it at the time ages ago that I actually thought the away performance against Southampton was better.
Yeah,
and I think
agree.
maybe even today, maybe probably eclipsed that. I know they had some key guys out, which I get it. Maddison and Harvey Barnes sort of got injured later on in the game, so that was Vardy's supply line gone. So no, I was pleased, mate. A horrible start.
Yeah.
And it could have been worse if Leno had that little bit of moment of madness when he got caught on the ball. And
I know,
that could have been 2-0, and it would have looked within 10 minutes. It could have looked a bit bad, mate.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I thought we actually started the game okay in terms of we had a lot of the ball, we had possession, and one silly mistake and we get caught out, and it's happened too many times. But luckily today, it didn't throw us off our stride really, and we carried on where we'd left off from and got. I mean, that first half possession, I think we had over 70% possession in the first half. And yes, the goals came late on in the half, but we deserved them, I thought. And I don't think anybody could have had any complaints that we were 2-1 up at half time. What did you make of the two penalties? Because obviously one was given and then not given, and the second one wasn't given and then was given. A little bit stranger. The two VAR got involved. And what did you make of all that?
Yeah, the first one with Pepe, when he. Well, I'll be honest with you. When I first saw it, I thought Tielemans never touched him. But then when I saw it again, I kept looking. I thought VAR might make a cock up here, mate. But I think there was contact from Ndidi was the issue, because it didn't look like Tielemans touched him. So I thought, all right, I can see why it's been given outside the box. But in regards to the second one, I called it straight away. I said that's a penalty. I said that's definitely a penalty, and if that's not given, I would have been shocked. But when he went to review it, I said no, he's definitely going to give this, Rich, and he did.
Yeah. I mean, I think for once VAR actually got both decisions right. I thought on the day, the first one it was probably outside the box, the first contact, and the second one, obviously the handball, it had to be a penalty, and it was, and the right decisions were finally made. But I thought we deserved to be ahead at half time, didn't we? Even though it was a late turnaround. I mean, one of the only disappointing things was the injury to Smith Rowe, wasn't it? Just after we scored the first goal. Do you think that's just because he played too much football? Because it looked like a muscle injury as opposed to anything else, didn't it?
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. I saw the little bit. I saw Arteta's sort of post-match interview on BT, and he said it's a muscle injury, so hopefully it's not too serious. But I thought Ødegaard did all right when he come on, and I think if people were unsure, what type of player he was or how he would do at Arsenal, I thought the third goal killed Leicester, man. Absolutely killed them. To get it within the first 10 minutes of the second half, and even a little Ødegaard pass. That I think that when he does things like that, then that's why he's integral to the team. If you're going to sort of rotate between him and Emil Smith Rowe, so beautiful little pass to Willian, and Willian done well to actually get that back across. But that third goal killed him, Rich, killed Leicester. Yeah,
it was a great goal as well, great counter attack, and it's something that we haven't maybe done enough of this season, moving the ball quickly on the counter. And when we did it, it paid off because it was a great goal. Leicester couldn't deal with it, could they? The pace of the passing, and I mean, Ødegaard's little ball was fantastic, wasn't it? How he managed to spot that ball was brilliant, and a great goal, a great way to. Like you said, I think that did kill Leicester off, because up until then they were still in it a little bit. But then I say the two goals either side of half time, a penalty and then that goal, and that was it really. And we could have scored a few more at the end, couldn't we? We could have got three or four more, which seems strange away at Leicester, but we could have won more convincingly, really.
Yeah, I was going to say, Rich, I was going to ask you, I know they gave man of the match to Willian, but I actually said on my channel, I actually would have given it to Pepe. Now, I'm not really one to listen. If you're going to play him, I know he played on the right today, but I thought he was constantly dangerous, man, and he gives that guy, the Thomas Young fullback in the first half, all sorts of problems. But I thought he was. I think he played well today. I thought he really played well today. Nothing taken away from William, but what did you think, Rich?
I mean, for me, it's between those two for me because I think they've both come in for a lot of criticism, probably rightly so. Yeah. Willian in particular has not had a great season. I thought he had a decent performance today, 2 assists, and overall he played well. In the first half, Pepe absolutely ripped that young defender to pieces, and in the end, he got booked and got taken off at half time because he was going to get sent off because every time Pepe got the ball, he was fouling him, wasn't he? He could have had a yellow card before he did. And he gave him a few nightmares, didn't he? And obviously he did play a part in the move for the third goal as well as finishing it off. So it was a good performance from Pepe. It was. Yeah. It's difficult to choose between them. I mean, everybody who's been on this show today has said Willian as man of the match. So it's definitely between those two, isn't it? And it's difficult to separate them. Maybe Willian was maybe more consistent overall in his performance, perhaps today. And I feel as though we've criticised him enough this season, and maybe he deserves credit when he has a good game, which he did today. I mean, but it's difficult to choose between them. Actually, I think it's very difficult because they both stepped up today when they needed to. Because there was a lot of people maybe like myself when I saw the team, I'm thinking this team isn't going to get a result here today. I was convinced that we wouldn't. And then we produced a performance like that, even in midfield where I thought we'd get overrun. We didn't, did we? We dominated it. It's good to see because today I thought a few players who haven't been getting much game time lately, some of the sort of so-called squad players now came in today as they had to do and did a job, didn't they? Which is important because we're going to need everyone, aren't we, now for the rest of the season with so many games. We're going to need everybody to contribute positively like they did today.
Yeah, because you probably saw it. Arteta made reference to that after the game, which was interesting. I don't think I've seen him say that after a match this season when he's basically saying, the experienced players need to kind of step up a bit and we can't be relying on the youngsters. That's essentially what he was saying. Yeah. And he's right. Yeah. But then obviously, he's picking them. So they need to start delivering on a consistent basis. But no, you're right. It could have been a toss-up between Pepe and Willian. But I think with the Willian thing, it's a shame we haven't seen that for the first 20 plus, 25 plus games of the season. Yeah. We had to wait a long time, innit, to get a consistent performance. But he needs to do a lot more to sort of win any Arsenal fan around.
Oh no, definitely. I mean, I'm not going to get too excited. He's had one good game. He needs to be producing this now. But I think we need to give him credit where it's due. He had a great game today, and he does need to do that a lot more now for the rest of the season, really. But I mean, I think those two stood out because they've had so much criticism and they have been very inconsistent, and they both produced today when they needed to because they got an opportunity in a game that I was surprised that we won. I must admit, it was a shock result in many ways, but we needed it, didn't we? Because the top 6 now suddenly doesn't look that far away, does it? Now,
God, don't say that, Rich. Jesus Christ! You're gonna get
when you look at the point, it's not that far. We're not that far away. We're 3 points behind Liverpool. I mean, I know they've got a game in hand tonight, but the way they're playing, it's possible. I think it's possible. I'm not saying we're going to do it necessarily, but it's there now. And if we can keep producing performances like this more regularly for the rest of the season, we'll have a chance. And, we'll see where it goes. But it's certainly a defeat today. And I think that was all over. The top 6 was finished if we lost today. But we've won and it's kept us in it. And that's all we can hope for, really, isn't it? And hope that we can keep winning games and other teams drop a few points and we can sneak in. But obviously with the Europa League as well. What did you make of the draw, actually, Olympiacos? I know I haven't spoke to you since the draw yesterday. Yeah, cool. What did you make of the draw?
Rich, I think we stole one, mate, in that draw. To be honest with you, for the teams that were left in that competition, I think we've done very, very well to get who we've got. I mean, people might say we could have got young boys or Granada or I think Mulder's still in it, actually. Yeah, they are.
I know Mulder. Yeah, I know. I can't believe they're still in it. Yeah.
But I think we've done very well to get that draw. And then we need to get some revenge, man. Mikel Arteta probably was secretly licking his lips, mate, thinking, all right, I can put this one right now.
Let's hope so. Yeah, that was my first thought when it came out. That we owe them after last year. We messed that up, and let's hope it'd be interesting to see the lessons that we've learned from that, and hopefully put it right this time. And hopefully we'll be able to play at home as well this time, which looks promising.
Hopefully,
which is good. And then it saves the travelling as well, and hopefully that will help us in the league as well. So I mean that was a positive draw. It could have been a lot worse, definitely. And like you said, it's given us an opportunity for revenge, which is always nice if we can pull that off, I suppose. But what did you make of us defensively today? We wasn't necessarily stretched, but I thought we what we had to do defensively, we did pretty well. I know we made a mistake early on and got punished, but overall we defended pretty well, didn't we?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I like Gabriel, but yeah, like I said to you when we played against Benfica, I thought both centre halves were really, really poor. David Luiz got a very good goal today, very good set piece goal, brilliant header. Mari had, I mean, apart from when they scored the goal, I still don't know what Pablo Mari was doing, but it was all right. It was solid, Rich. I mean, like I said, it's easier when there's only one time I remember Vardy trying to almost got him behind Mari, and it could have kind of gone either way, but Mari just did enough, man. But yeah, defensively they was all right today, mate. I thought Cedric was all right at right back as well. I thought he played well. Yeah,
no, I thought Cedric had a good game. I think he probably deserves a chance to play because I think he's done well at left back, and now he's got maybe he should be in the team a bit more regularly ahead of Bellerin, perhaps, because I thought he had a decent game today. So, but yeah, I mean, overall it was. I thought it was a good, solid performance all round. I thought we defended well when we had to. We actually dominated the midfield, surprisingly, which I didn't think we would. And then when we went forward, we looked dangerous and we could have scored more goals. And it was good to see with the players that we rested as well. Good to see that Saka didn't have to come on. The only other thing, I mean, were you surprised Aubameyang came on 5 minutes to go? Did you think it was necessary to bring him on?
Yeah, that was a bit. I did. Yeah, no, you took the. I'm glad you brought that. I find that a bit strange, man. I don't know what he needed 8 minutes. He needed more sharpness. I don't like. Listen, there weren't no need to bring him on. Like, luckily this time, Rich, till our next game, where Arsenal got a week, haven't they, to the Burnley game?
Yeah.
That's bound to help, man. Absolutely. And they need it. But I was glad not to see Saka start. The Martinelli thing we're not going to cover because I think we've covered it too many times. I'm not surprised to play today, but. Only Mikel Arteta knows, but yeah, 6 changes, a lot of changes, but probably needed looking at the way Leicester are falling apart.
Yeah, they look to be having a few problems. They got a few injuries, obviously today. Harvey Barnes as well. That looked nasty, didn't it?
Yeah,
for him, which is a shame because he's a good young player who's had a good season, and that might really rule him out of Euros potentially as well, which would be a shame because he probably deserved a chance for that. But yeah, I mean they had a few injuries, and I think we took advantage of that today. They wasn't great today, were they, Leicester? Let's be honest, they were poor. And, sometimes you've got sometimes the way the fixtures work out, maybe it works out well for us. They just got knocked out of Europe. They got a few injuries. Maddison was missing. They weren't on form. Took advantage and got the win, which is good. So let's hope that there's good signs moving forward. A tough game for the, coming up. Burnley next week's going to be tough as well, isn't it? It's never an easy game away from home there. They're always going to be difficult to break down, and then the Europa League's up again. The 2 games against Olympiacos. I think it's West Ham in between, isn't it, that we play?
Yeah, I know we've got. I don't know. Is the international break before Spurs or after?
I'm not sure. Yeah, it might be after.
Yeah, I think we've got Spurs like second week of March. I think. But I know there's an international break in between. But yeah, we got some horrible Premier League fixtures coming up, mate.
Yeah, we have. But then I looked at this one. I thought this looked a horrible Premier League fixture, and we managed to come out of it with the right result. So who knows? Maybe we can continue doing it. But it's been a good week, hasn't it? 2 comebacks, 6 goals. When we've had a load of problems, this season. So it's good to have a week like that because there's not been many this season, has there? Really? Maybe Christmas was the last time.
100%, man, 100%.
So it's good, isn't it? I mean, so your man of the match.
I'm gonna stick with Pepe, man, personally.
Yeah, I mean that's a fair shout. I say, I think he had a good game, very influential, and obviously did get the goal as well, which is nice. He's got a few goals this season again, hasn't he? I know he's inconsistent.
He's got. I think he said he's got 8 goals this season.
Something like that, yeah. I know he got 3 or 4 in Europa League, doesn't he? So yeah. No, he does project. He got about 8 goals last season as well, didn't he? So he is getting consistent amount of goals, but his performances are still inconsistent for me and frustrating at times. But today he had a good game, and I say Willian as well was excellent. I mean, we can't really have too many complaints about that at all, really, can we? To come away from home against a team in the top 3 and dominate a game like that, win 3-1, probably could have won 5-1. It's all good, I suppose, isn't it? We've got to be pleased and move on now. So a week off, which I think, like you said, it's vital, isn't it? Get some players rested, get some massages done, and get people back sharp again for the what's going to be a big finish to the season now, isn't it? A lot of big games coming up, and we need to be on our game, don't we? Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with Shane here. Actually, maybe they should bring back 5 subs, but not going to change it now, are they? Unfortunately, they should have started through the season, but anyway, I suppose it's there has been a lot of injuries, and hopefully we're getting ours back fit again now, which is good. So we'll see how that works out. Anyway, thanks for coming on again, Al. It's always a pleasure. You always time it perfectly as well. No, I'm sure you will do the same next time.
Yeah, probably would. No, pleasure coming on, mate. Always, I thought, I've got to make time for Richard, man. Absolutely.
No, it's always great to have you on. So just give your channel a quick plug as well before you go.
Yeah, nice one, mate. Yeah, guys, Albert JT, if you don't know already, that's my channel name. The Twitter handle's there at AUMO57. Come and subscribe and check me out.
Definitely do that, because there's some great stuff on that channel as well. Not just Arsenal, but sort of general stuff as well. So it's always good. So make sure you support Albert's channel as well. And no doubt we'll speak again very, very soon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll speak soon, Albert. Yeah, take it easy, mate.
Take care, mate. See you later, bro.
Cheers, and speak to you soon. Cheers.
Bye. And it's Gary now is in the house. DWTT. Probably will be our final one today. You must be delighted with that performance and result today. It was good to watch, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I mean, the day started kind of one way, and then the game went a totally different way. I was a little like, what am I supposed to? I'm not used to this. This is what I wanted, and I got it, and I was a little surprised by it. So it was good to see the team perform like they did today, because on paper it didn't look like this is what I was going to get. It looked like we were going to see something totally different in the way that the game was going to go. I thought Leicester would be a little bit, I'll give some of that, a lot of it to us and some of it to Leicester just not being the team I thought they were going to be coming in today. And we took, we did, when they gave us a chance, opportunities, we took it, and this is what I want. So that's why I say I was a little surprised, a little it's a little bit like speechless. One, when I saw the lineup, and then two, when I saw how we played, because I was like, this is not what I was expecting based on the lineup and what I've seen in the past. It was a good surprise. I'll take it. If this is what we get, then I'll take it. It's just the consistency hasn't been there, and that's kind of why I was like, wow, this is a game where I don't have much to say. We're doing exactly what we want to do in a game. We're controlling it. Yeah. Pretty much from the front all the way through to the back, and I was not expecting us to be able to do something like that today. Yeah.
No, when I saw the lineup, I was worried that it might have been quite a difficult game for us, actually. And then, despite a decent start, we conceded a very, very soft goal, didn't we? Terrible goal to concede, actually, that early on in the game. And suddenly you're thinking, oh, no, here we go again. And we've done it a few times in the Premier League recently, and we've struggled. But it didn't really knock us out of our stride, did it? Because we just carried on dominating possession, and we've got the 2 goals before half-time, which I thought we deserved. I mean, what did you make of those 2 penalty decisions? Because one kind of went our way and one didn't, and VAR says yes and no, and then he said no and yes to the other one, and it was just a bit of a strange kind of situation. A bit similar to the Brighton game yesterday with 2 penalties. We got 2, and then obviously only ended up getting 1. What did you make of all that?
Well, if they are that meticulous on whether he was inside or outside the line, and whether it actually was a serious, not a serious, but a blatant mistake by their official, on the field, then I can't see how they could make that call. I always say they're trying to make a VAR correct to make the game perfect. And it doesn't have to be. It's not perfect, so they shouldn't use the VAR to do that. And they kind of did that with that particular, with that call being reversed. I mean, we had a goal taken away from us the last time we played this team, and then this one comes up, and I'm like, oh, come on, can we get any luck? And we didn't get luck on that one. I mean, I think we created everything. Nothing was given to us. I think we created everything that we took today. So that was good. The 2 calls, I would have. Once again, if that was Arsenal, would they even have looked at it? For like whatever it seemed like 5-10 minutes to figure out, is he in or out? I think they would have maybe not. I mean, that in my past experience, it's been like that would have been like, all right, no, it's a penalty. That's good. continue on if that was going against us. But we able to. The handball was the same thing, even though the handball seemed really easy. I mean, he looked at it for a second and he kind of shook his head like this as he was running back away. And I was like, are you kidding me? Did he just say, no, it's not a handball? Because it looked like he was going to give it the other way. And so we got, but I think we created both of those opportunities, right? We were attacking. And that's why we got, the calls to go our way today. I mean, it was, like I said, it was just a speechless game for me in a sense that I wasn't expecting this, and I'm happy to see it because it's what we want, and especially with these players on the field because they've, I didn't really have, there was nothing, outside of that goal, which it's, we come out, flat again and give up the ball in midfield, and then it seems like they're off to the races and we're kind of slow, to react. Leno can't make a really good save on that. It was just, we kind of set them up, with that. But it was interesting because I was looked at the replay and I'm like, Xhaka kind of like just blocked off anyway. Gave the guy all of the space behind him because he was trying to, he's trying to get to the ball, and it just worked out perfectly for them. They took advantage and got the goal. But we did, we took the game to them. They weren't. Like I said, I didn't think this was the team I was expecting to see from them, but we took it to them, and I'm happy we took advantage of them today, and that's a positive. That's a positive. Like you said, we came back from that goal. We always go back and look back and say, in the past, this team would have probably folded after something like that because that was a lot of mistakes on our side, right? As far as that ball getting taken away from us deep in that area of the field, and then nobody there to close it down, and they just got whatever they wanted. But hopefully the last game showed them that, it's not over until the whistle blows, right? And we played like that. I mean, for 84 minutes, it was our game,
Yeah, no, it was. We played well, didn't we, overall? It was a good, consistent performance all round, and we fully did. In fact, we could have won a little bit more comfortably in the end. We had a few more chances that we could have finished the game off even more and added a few more goals, but we can't really be too down about that because it was a good performance. The only downside maybe was Smith Rowe's injury, wasn't it, just before half time, which was a shame because it looked like a muscle injury and he could be out for a little while, but I guess he's played a lot of football though, hasn't he?
Yeah, and that was the fear coming in. Been the fear for at least the last 2 or 3 matches that he's looking a little tired there, and he probably might need a little rest to recover and get back in. Hopefully get back. And this is the fear every time when we see some of our younger players, like they need that time away. Saka got to sit the whole game, which was really good, and hopefully in the future, Arteta sees sitting players as maybe a needed thing that they need to recover, and they're not. We're not expecting these players in their 19 and 20-year-old to play as many games as they have in this short amount of time, especially in this short amount of time with the way that COVID has created the schedule. So the fact that sorry about that. The fact that it happened is sad. Hopefully, it is nothing big, and he's able to come back. I'm kind of fearful that he'll be ready for the Olympiacos game now. Because I think even if he does come back after some time away, Arteta is going to give him time, like he has to most players when they've had injuries, and it's going to be a while before they're back into the fold again. But Erdegar, he made sure we didn't miss Millsworth Row, so that is a plus, a really big plus for us.
He played really well in the Odegaard in the second half when he came on. He instrumental in that important third goal as well, wasn't he? With a little pass through to Willian, and
yes.
Pepe got the goal. So yeah, he had a good performance as well. Obviously, there was a few good individual performances today as well as a good all-round team performance. So who would get man of the match for you then? Probably a difficult choice actually, because there's a few that stand out today.
Yeah, it is, and it's. I mean, when you look at the lineup, the first thing you see is, okay, let me see here. Lacazette has a time to kind of redeem himself. Let's see how he's going to do. Don't think he did. Didn't do that. Willian coming in, is he going to continue? Get give us something today because we've been looking for. I mean, I think a lot of people probably would have wanted to see Martinelli instead of him today. He came in though, and he was up and down the field. I know he got the man of the match, and I'm happy. I'm fine with that. I could see it. I would give him a man of the match because we needed this type of play from him. I mean, when I looked at him coming, I think he came down the left side towards the second half or the first half, and I was like, this reminds me a little bit of what he was doing in the Fulham game. He was just all over the field. His energy level was high, and he was he was a threat. Right, he was a threat. He was in positions to where he's putting some pressure on the defense, and we needed that. I mean, you see something similar like this from Saka, and he's man of the match. So this is a similar kind of style of play that we got from him today. Other than that, I mean, he stood out for a lot for me today. I feel like the one thing I wanted to also see is how Marie and Louise were going to play together from the defensive side. And to me, they played okay. I mean, they played okay. Could they be better? Probably, but I think they did good for us today. And you saw a lot of clearances from them. The defense looks solid. I mean, I think the one thing Louise and Marie, I think, are the more senior of the center backs that we have, and when one of them is playing, I think we're better off for it. I would like to see the Marie Gabriel to see how that works, but when Marie's in form like he was today, I think he's really good for us. So that was really great. And then I guess the last person is Tierney. I mean, just the one play where he kind of cuts off the ball coming through the middle to Vardy. That's there was you think your center backs would be the ones there, but he was able to come across and clear that ball away, and that was, to me, the only threat I felt like that was a clear-cut threat from Vardy today. We seemed to quiet him down much today, so didn't hear his name much. As much, it wasn't fearful that he was going to come and take the game away from us today, for sure.
I thought it was good. Yeah, we did keep him quiet, and that was important because his goal scoring record against us has been pretty frightening in recent years. So it was nice that he didn't get much of an opportunity today. But yeah, I mean, I was surprised about the team lineup, and I was equally surprised about how well we played. Having seen the team lineup, which is good because I think it's good that some of the fringe players, if you like, have come in today and stepped up. And we've got a lot of games to come with the Europa League as well. And I think everyone's going to need to contribute like this for the rest of the season, aren't they? And if we're going to rest players like Saka, and we're going to rest players like Odegaard, and we're going to rest players like Aubameyang, we need players who are going to come in and step up. And they did today. And I think that's a real positive for me because they haven't done that enough this season in previous games. And that's what was worrying us all, I'm sure, when we saw the team line up. So it was good that they came in. Obviously, Thomas Partey came on again, got some more minutes. I think he's going to be ready for a start next week. It's good that we got a week off as well now, isn't it, to kind of rest and recover and, start to build ourselves up for what's going to be a busy end of the season for us, isn't it, with games every 3 days, probably if we can stay in Europe, certainly until the end of the season. So it's going to be tough. Yes, I mean it was a good performance. So who's going to get the man of the match? Will it be Willian? And you're going to maybe swing?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Willian, which is kind of like at the beginning of the day, if you would have told me that Willian was going to be the man of the match, I would have said, how? How he was. I mean, even the midfield, I didn't feel like they they didn't punish us, but they didn't take anything away from us today in the sense that the defense and the offense issues that we may have had in the midfield did not seem to be there today. And I don't know if it's because everybody around them, but I think they had a good game in the sense that I didn't feel like I was going, oh no, Jacques, oh no, El Neni. I mean, I know that they can't give us everything, but today they worked well, and I didn't feel like I was looking to the midfield going, this is holding us back or keeping, or, not allowing us to go forward because we were. I mean, anytime, at least in the second half when Erdegaard got the ball, the ball was going forward. I mean, it was great to see that. I mean, all in all, I believe everybody had a good game. I don't think there was too many negative things going on. I think as a team, as an 11, we looked really strong today, and we got the job done. And this is, like you said, we had opportunities to pull away from them more, but this isn't a team that kind of lays down too much. They did show some fight like they always do. They had some injuries. I mean, I think they looked more beat up than we did coming
Yeah,
into this game. I mean, they did have injuries coming in, but then even when they played, it seemed like their players were going down, and they lost Barnes, and I guess we lost some Mills Rowe. So I guess that Thursday game may have put a toll on these players, and we were
yeah.
able to we had a better bench today. We were able to get more out of our bench than they were. So it was.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, the only thing I was a bit surprised about was, could you see the reason to bring Aubameyang on 5 minutes to go when we were 3-1 up? Did you see the need for that? I was a bit thinking, surely just rest him for the rest of the game. We didn't need to bring him on, did we? We didn't need a goal. He wasn't going to offer us anything defensively. It just seemed a strange one to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I was on the watch along, with Ryan, and as soon as he came on, the first thought I had in my mind was, well, we got to win. And it must be in his contract that he needs to talk after the game because it's hard for a captain to come on who hadn't played. So
Yeah,
so I had a feeling that what contractual obligations he has to come into the game because we have a win and he's going to talk. Because that's what he
yeah,
does. I want him to talk when we don't have a good game, just because
yeah,
I want
yeah.
because that's what he needs. That's when we need him the most, not when things are good. We need him when things are not so good as well. So,
No, no,
I don't know why he came on, not Martinelli or somebody else that could do with 5 minutes of a game. I mean,
yeah.
I think Martinelli must be injured, and they're not letting us know because it doesn't make any sense for him not to get some minutes, right?
Well, exactly. I mean, if he's injured, why is he on the bench though? That's the other thing to question as well, isn't it? When other players are not even on the bench in the squad. So yeah, it's a strange one, but I suppose at the end of the day, we won 3-1, and Aubameyang did nearly score, didn't he? As well when he came on, he curled that shot this wide. So if he'd come on and scored, I'm sure we wouldn't have been even questioning it. But it just seemed a strange one. Just rest him. We didn't need him on. I mean, if he got injured in them last 5 minutes, would have been a very strange decision. But anyway, we got away with it and we won the game, which is the main thing. So just move on now. Obviously, next week, Burnley away, another tough game, but another big game. The top six is suddenly looking a little bit closer, isn't it, for us? Still a lot of work to do, but we're a little bit closer now, and we're still in with a shout, aren't we? Do you think we can finish top six still, or do you think it's still a bridge too far?
I think it's a lot, and it's the consistency that we just lack that kind of hurts us. So today we went to our bench. We were able to take advantage of all the opportunities that were laid out to us. The trick is, can we do it again? We did sort of fight. So if that's going to be the mentality of the team, then I'm going to take that, because that means that no matter what, they're not going to lay down. I mean, I felt like we laid down a little bit in the City game, but
Yeah.
in this game and the Benfica game and this one, we didn't let it bother us, which I'm hoping is the mentality. It's the mentality we want, and we've shown it now in 2 games. Where just because we go down early, it's not or we have a little negative play that we can come back from it. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I know the Burnley game is supposed to be a tough one. I felt like this was going to be a tough one as well for us, because I figured, what, they're the third, they're the third team in the league, and they just got knocked out. So like two things going in their favor. One is they want to maintain that position, and also, they just had a really bad form of a game in the previous outing. So I thought we might have get the best for them, and it looks like we didn't. I don't. Looks like we got a team that was probably was trending downwards at the right time for us. So I know Burnley today is looking a little leaky today. I mean, the first goal looked too easy. I mean, so to me that shows that they aren't towards the bottom of the league for a reason. There are ways for you to take advantage of them, and we need to do that when we play our next game, because going into Olympiacos, I think if we do have opportunities, we need to take them, and they are, I believe, a solid team in the sense of their structure and whatnot. So, and they have a little bit of history on their side, so we need to as far as I'm concerned, that we want to take, any thought that they would have had that they're going to get a repeat of last year. I think we need to, kind of squash that dream early and often, so that they don't think that there's a chance back into it. So.
Yeah, well, no, I agree. Let's hope we can continue this good week. It's been a good week, so let's hope we can build on it now to go forward for the rest of the season. I say finish strongly, hopefully finished in the top 6 and maybe win the Europa League as well. And then that won't look too bad, will it? After a difficult season, that wouldn't be a bad way to finish, will it? I suppose. Long way to go.
Yeah, like I said, today was one of the. I was speechless, and usually I'm speechless because I just can't believe what I'm seeing on the field, and it's negatively what I'm seeing. But today it was all positive, but it was still like, what is this? What is this the team?
Yeah.
Is this what we're gonna get from this team? Which shows me that there is something in there. There is a structure and a plan that you can take any of our players and get something out of them. So I want to see it again now because I'm a fan. I'm greedy, and I don't want to. Give up any opportunities that we have, right? So
exactly, and it's good to see when it's nice when you get an unexpected surprise in a nice way, and they play better than you're expecting, rather than expecting to play well and you don't. That's more disappointing, isn't it? So we need to make the most of it, enjoy today, and hopefully take this forward. Let's say a good week and move it on now to the next few weeks, which is going to be important for us as well, isn't it? So. But a good win, which is the main thing. Well, thanks for coming on, Gail. Always a pleasure. Just give your little channel a plug as well before you go.
All right, yeah. So below you can see DWTT is the name of my channel. DWTT Arsenal. If you do that search, I'll pop up. Twitter handle right there. Don't waste a tweet. I've got my segment, My Five, which will probably come out later today, or if not tomorrow. I have one coming out a little bit later. What I saw, just a little quick synopsis of what I saw in the game. So. Look out for that. Thank you, Richard. Appreciate it. Like I said, I like this format because it's it's unscripted. I can just say kind of how I'm feeling, and I like the back and forth. So definitely enjoy this.
No, it's good. It's always great to have you on, and I'm sure we'll keep doing this for the rest of the season at least, anyway, and see what it is. But it's great to have you on, and make sure you check out Gary's channel as well, DWTT. It's good stuff he does as well. So support his channel as well. So thanks for coming on. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and hopefully we'll speak again next week.
Definitely, you too. All right, talk to you later.
Cheers, yeah, appreciate it, mate. Take it easy. So there we go then. I say we managed to squeeze another 2 in as well, didn't we, at the end there, which is always nice. So it's been a good show, a good performance from Arsenal, a good day, good week. And now we do get a week off, but I'll be doing some different stuff this week on the channel. I'm hoping to get a show organised with a few fans from other clubs coming on to talk about the whole referee situation, the VAR, and what needs to change really going forward with all that. There's been a lot of problems with it this season, obviously big major issue yesterday. So we'll be talking about that. I'm hoping to get that maybe early in this week, and then obviously building up towards the Burnley game next week with all the usual stuff. I'll put a preview out of this game tomorrow as well, probably come out about lunchtime. I'll record it in the morning and get that out as well, looking back on this game, all the good stuff to talk about as well, which will be nice. And I'll pick a man of the match myself. There's a few good options today, which is nice. So anyway, thanks for watching the channel. Thanks for your support. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Give it a like as well. And I say lots of different stuff this week. I say I have a week off from no midweek game, so I'll be putting some different content out this week, looking at doing some different things just to keep things ticking over before what's going to be a hectic finish to the season, hopefully, if we stay in the Europa League and go all the way in that. So lots to look forward to. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. I hope you enjoyed the game today. You enjoyed all the coverage. And it's been a busy day. I've been pretty much online since about 10 o'clock this morning. So I need to go and lie down, I think, and sit in a dark room for a couple of hours. But thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. I say make sure you subscribe and like. And of course, after a brilliant performance from Arsenal today, well done everyone. Fantastic for every player today. Deserves a lot of credit. Arteta as well for getting it all right pretty much the whole game. So fantastic day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Come on, you Gunners, keep this run going. It's been a good week. Let's keep it going now till the end of the season. Thanks for watching. Speak to you soon.